Hey everyone, welcome to Movie Couple Live, where we talk about the latest in pop culture and movie news. I'm Dustin.
I'm Wendy.
And on today's show, we're going to be talking about the latest news that's coming out of Universal Studios Hollywood for Nintendo World's new ride, Bowser's Challenge, or Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge.
And we're also going to be talking about spoilers for episode 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And will Marvel Studios do their own Avengers Con? All of this and more on today's show. So make sure you grab your coffee, grab your boba, or liquid IV, and let's dive on in today's show.
Hey guys, welcome back to our live stream. It's streaming today from the home studio, not at the theme park, but if you wanted to see what we were up to this past Wednesday at the theme park, you can go ahead and check that out. It's all under the live stream playlist. It's the latest one. We went to Disneyland. We visited Galaxy's Edge / Batuu because we were in search of one Fennec Shand and one Boba Fett Dino.
And we found both of them.
We found both of them. We weren't able to get Boba Fett on the live stream because I guess him and Fennec don't come out at the same time, though that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
They do stagger them. So we saw Fennec. We should have just stuck around and waited for Boba Fett, honestly. But we did see Kylo, and then we'll post, I don't know if Dustin did already, posted photos when we met Boba Fett, because you got a pretty sick picture of him.
Yeah, I got a pretty cool picture of. I've got to post. There's so many pictures that I have not posted yet on Instagram, but I will be putting those up a little bit later because I also got some pictures from our good friend Adam.
Yes.
From Dapper Day, where Wendy and I dressed up as Boba Fett and Fennec Shand.
Adam Robertson Photography.
Thank you so much for those awesome pictures. I mean, he gave us like over almost 200 pictures.
Yeah, we're still making selects, so that's why we haven't posted. But they will be coming probably in the next day or probably Monday. I'm probably not going to post much of anything tomorrow on social. But you guys, welcome. Happy Saturday. Hope you grabbed your water, your liquid IV, and your coffee.
Wendy's double fisting on this today with both of them. Like, yeah, gotta get the caffeine and gotta get the hydration going.
I wanted it all. I wanted coffee this morning, so I got coffee, and then right before I was like, I'm gonna do liquid IV as well. So.
Oh, first up, we do have some news of our channel. We do have some videos that have recently gone up. We have our reaction to Obi-Wan episode 3. So if you have not gotten a chance to check out our reaction to episode 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, it is now up on the channel. We also have a new video of a reaction for the live action Pinocchio movie that's coming out with live action Pinocchio movie that's coming to Disney Plus.
Yes.
With Tom Hanks as Geppetto.
Yes.
I do have to admit, I am very curious on how this movie is going to turn out. And also, they didn't show us any of Pinocchio actually moving around. So I guess they're saving that
for the actual trailer.
For later, for the real trailer. This was just the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
And coming soon, we do have our season 4, episode 1 reaction to Stranger Things.
Yes. We watched the first episode last night. Guys, please no spoilers for Stranger Things in the chat, because if we see the spoilers, then the reaction won't be as true. So and then that reaction, the footage is like an hour and a half, so there's a lot of editing to be done there. I'm gonna start it a little bit later today. It won't be done today because usually it takes me, for like a Disney Plus show, usually 4 maybe 5 hours depending on how like my attention span is doing, but this will take longer, so I don't imagine anything going up on Sunday. I would like to, but that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. But we are starting it. So there is that. So make sure you guys check all of that out on the channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button that you see right below you. Really helps us out right here on YouTube to kind of, I don't know, be a part of the algorithm, whatever the mystery algorithm there is. It'll really help us out. If you haven't already and if you enjoyed our content, please consider subscribing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the first bit of news here. And we are going to talk about Nintendo Land. Yeah. I see Nick talking about it in the chat, who is very good. Oh, I didn't even put the thingy up. I should have put all this up.
Oh, yeah. So if you want the Liquid IV code, it's right down there.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was.
Oh, God. What did I do?
Navi, get with the technical difficulties.
Yeah, she's napping. Hey, Navi got all of her Navi update. She's got all of her stitches out. She's able to go up and down the stairs now. We're playing with her again, but there was a thing that happened a couple of times the other day where we went and picked her up, and I guess we picked her up wrong, and she gave a little yelp. She's usually not a yelpy dog. She barely barks. So we're wondering, it's the side one, and we're wondering because that
was the
tumor
biggest one.
was a big hard one, and it was kind of embedded. So we're wondering if it's that area still a little sensitive. So we're not picking her up right now. We're also not letting her jump up and down the couch. Like, we're just gonna have to scoop her up and do it carefully. But for now, she's not allowed on the couch. So that's a little Navi update for you. So let's go ahead and talk about, if you guys grab the code for Liquid IV, if you're interested in trying Liquid IV, dude, I'll tell you this. Woo!
She got so excited, she almost spilt it all over the place.
Maybe I shouldn't have coffee and Liquid IV at the same time. It's too much. This got me through Star Wars Celebration. I didn't experience a single headache. I was tired, but usually at a con, when I don't eat and I don't drink water, I get a massive headache, and then I'm just like terrible, like I'm like a monster to people. This seriously saved. I had like at least one packet a day, and I gave a bunch to our friends, like Tessa from Mama's Geeky. Warren got a couple. I think just anybody I saw was like, here you go. So
you get a Liquid IV.
You get a Liquid IV. You get a Liquid IV. Oh, can you actually hand me those things?
Oh yeah,
you guys,
we now have merch available. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. We did also order some shirts.
They haven't arrived yet, so we're not worrying though. But we have stickers.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ta-da! I'm gonna hide my eyes so it can focus.
Focus.
There it goes.
Oh, I gotta tilt it this way. There we go.
They're in different colors, so we bought the yellow and the red, but there's blue and green and orange and black and white.
Many different colors.
You can get it on different color logos, on different color shirts and different fits. It's on TeePublic. I will actually, if you guys want to just scroll down on the video description, there's actually a link that takes you directly to our storefront. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at the selection, feel free. We're hoping to get more designs on there soon, but we'll see how this first batch does for now. And we want to get our shirts too to start wearing them. And also, I think I got a notification if you guys want to take a look and peruse, and then you want to, I think coming up, there's going to be a sale. So
yes,
I would wait for the sale. So I just want to let you guys know that part. And with that said, let's go ahead and dive into this piece of news. And I think I also saw a
super chat from Marvin Martin.
Thank you so much. Marvin Martin writes, who should Netflix cast for Aloy? Aloy? Is that how I say it? In upcoming Horizon. I want an actual robot pet / character. I hope they cure trafficked donkey kids in new Pinocchio. Oh,
I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to keep. I think in Pinocchio they're going to keep kid trafficking, and the whole thing is they're bad kids that they've shipped over to Pleasure Island, turned into donkeys, and then sold them.
Just like the original.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kept it, even though I have to admit that is kind of a.
But he said they cure.
Oh.
Cure, like they turn them back into boys.
Oh, I could see that happening too.
I think
where
I can see
at the
that
very
happening.
end, they do stop. I can't remember the guy that actually did it, because I know it was the Fox character that kind of introduced Pinocchio to Strong Boney. But then I know it was also the Fox character that worked with another guy to get all of these kids over to Pleasure Island. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Pinocchio in a really long time.
We should have gone on the ride when we were at Disneyland.
It would have actually kind of, summarized the entire
Pinocchio's
movie.
daring adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the teaser trailer doesn't give you too much. Just glimpses at the characters. Luke Evans playing the coachman.
Yeah.
Stromboni. Obviously, Tom Hanks as Geppetto. Cleo was the goldfish's name.
Cleo.
I had to look it up, and I'm like, Goldie? It doesn't sound right. And then I said Figaro, and I was like, but that's the cat.
Yeah.
Which looked adorable, by the way.
Super cute little kitty.
And then Cynthia Erivo as the Blue Fairy, who sounded amazing. Assuming she's the one that sang the song, which would make sense. So, yeah, I think they could potentially go the route of, returning the kids to their true human form.
I think that would probably be a nice way to kind of make it to where it's like, because child trafficking and turning them into donkeys is kind of dark. But even though
they would probably keep them, maybe, I don't know, it depends. But I think they'll keep this one lighthearted because it's supposed to be family film. But I think the Guillermo del Toro one, I think that one's
Guillermo
called,
del Toro is,
I think that one's called
Geppetto.
Geppetto. I imagine that one can lean a little bit to the darker vibe of it, but I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. And that one's also live action. No, stop animation.
Stop motion.
Stop motion.
Oh,
I think
that would be cool.
I think so. Let me know if I'm right on that. So, and then as far as who should Netflix cast for Aloy, I don't know much of Horizon, so I can't actually speak on that.
Same here. I have to admit, I'm not very. I'm not. I don't know the game very much. I think I've seen a few cutscenes from the newest one. Wow, that's loud.
Sorry, so we can hear.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, I think there's many actresses that would do a good job as that role, and you have to kind of. I mean, she is kind of young in the game, so I think you'd have to go with kind of an up and coming actress.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's plenty. There's so many new talents, up and comer. That
and has to be a redhead.
I think they have tons of choices.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a lot of choices. And we also just got another super chat.
Super chat
from Spider Chris.
Chris Mendez.
Chris's choice.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Chris. God, we haven't seen you. We've been at Disneyland. We haven't seen you, and we wanted to visit you. Mm-hmm. So we will figure out the next time we go, and we will text you. So we can actually say hi. Chris writes, I want a live action Legend of Zelda movie.
Me too.
If there's only sorry, my eyes. If there is one, what game should it be based on, and who do you cast as Link, Zelda, and Ganon? Ooh, great question, you guys. Put that in the comments or in the chat or in the comments if you're watching on the VOD, and let us know your fan casting for Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Okay, which game should it be based on? I think
probably the best one to go off of would be the Super Nintendo version, A Link to the Past.
I was thinking that.
I think that's the best one to base it off of. It's a really it's not. I don't want to mean basic, but it is a very solid storyline. It's kind of like the original storyline. Here's the big question though: do you make Link talk?
No.
You think that Link should be a silent character throughout the entire movie? A part of me, I'm really torn between this, so I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on, should you have Link talk? Should you have him actually be a mute? Do you address it, or you just not have him talk throughout the movie?
He's not a mute because he makes sounds.
He makes sounds, but I think you make him a character, a few words. But honestly, I don't know in which direction to go. I don't know how to make it work. I know in the cartoon, they had a Legend of Zelda cartoon, to where Link was kind of like a cocky Peter Pan kind of a character. And
I can kind of see that.
And he was always hitting on the princess.
No. No. Oh, no. That's...
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that's a part of Link's characteristic at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I would love to see a Legend of Zelda. I'm just curious on which direction you go and how you make it work.
Ambrose Timo says, I remember that. Gosh, I have no recollection of there ever. I'm glad I haven't watched it, because that's not how I want to see Link. I would not mind if they didn't make Link talk, because he doesn't talk in the movie. And so, how do you then, explain that part of it? And, yeah. So I don't know. But how old do you think Link would be in that game? Link to the Past.
Oh.
Because for fan casting, we have to go based off of that.
I think he's youngish, so I think he would be maybe late teens, early 20s. In the video game.
Okay.
But I don't think they actually ever say his exact age. But I mean, and it also is very different between different games. I think there are games where he's older and younger, but call me out on that if I am wrong in the chat, because I know there's some people who live, breathe, and are just really into the Legend of Zelda games.
Okay, stay with me here. If we go because he seems quite young. How is Link slightly older in Breath of the Wild?
Maybe. I think in Breath of the Wild he is in his like early 20s.
Okay, this actor is still too young, but what if we got Tanner from Cobra Kai? Robbie.
Oh.
He'd just have to go much lighter, but he's got the physicality.
Yeah.
Right? You know, he can do it. I think his, like, face shape would remind me of Link. Another person that comes to mind, and I think I'm biased here because he's a friend. He's an actor. Our friend Lou Wagner literally looks...
Oh my gosh.
Literally looks like you guys go to IMDb and look up Lou Wagner. Literally looks like how Link should be.
Yeah.
Have played Link in like short films and stuff. So I can see him for Link. For Zelda, I mean, my mind drifts to Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, I was just thinking that.
Yes.
I was like, if she, I think she would make an awesome Zelda.
Yeah. If not, potentially. Who is this other person I'm thinking of? I think she's too, like, it depends on the casting. She may be too old, but and also because she plays Cinderella. So we have to age up Link a little bit. But Lily James would be an amazing Zelda. Ganondorf, my pick would be David Harbour.
Oh.
With all the makeup, and he's tall. I feel like I can see... like kind of like the menacing like vibe of Ganondorf.
Yeah. Also,
and I think he'd have fun with it.
Who would I can't remember what Skarsgård it was. Which one was in the
Northman?
The Northman?
Alexander
Skarsgård might actually make a very intimidating Ganondorf. But he's he is an actor. I don't know if he would go towards what is it called?
Willem Dafoe. There. Done. Have Robert Eggers do it. We'll have...
That would be the weirdest
we'll have Anya Taylor-Joy as Zelda, right? Because he likes working with her. We can have... We can have what's his face? Willem Dafoe as Ganondorf, and we'll have... I don't know. No. Robert Eggers will not... I don't think...
He wouldn't touch that.
It wouldn't be the right vibe. I'm just kidding.
He likes his movies. He doesn't like doing franchise stuff.
Yeah, and his movies are great. So
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. A couple of you guys have suggested this in the chat. Marvin, thank you for sending in your $2 super chat saying mute, but talk through Magic Pet / Navi.
I think that would be a cool way of doing it for the for the important stuff.
Listen.
Have like. And you know, since it is a fantasy world, you could have some people that have attachments to certain magical creatures.
Our Navi is like past.
Our magical Navi.
We've said her name 3 times and she's not. Don't look her up. She's like passed out. What did you do all day? That's made you so tired.
Well, I did throw the ball for her a lot.
Oh, okay.
A lot. Well, and she's also.
Why are you napping?
Well, I'm jealous. I want to nap.
I know. We can nap after this. Okay. Let's see. I want to see what people are fan casting.
Oh yeah, as some of the Zelda.
I'm not seeing any yet, but you know, when you guys have that your fan cast, put that in the comments below. Put it in the chat because I'm curious and I would love to see. And with that.
Now we can jump in.
Now we can actually talk about Nintendo World.
Main topic, one of our main topics of today, and the news is that the first people have actually gotten to go into Universal Studios Hollywood,
already?
Into Nintendo World, to be able to get a look at the main attraction at Nintendo World, the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge ride. And honestly, I am super psyched for this ride. I haven't gotten to see any footage on the ride itself that's coming to Universal Studios Hollywood. However, I did watch the ride through on YouTube for the one in Japan. And it looks awesome. The way that they're using the the AR system, the augmented reality, the way that it's interactive with the ride, and the guy who filmed it was actually able to get the pre-ride breakdown, and it has no dialogue, but just all they use the Wii characters.
Oh, like your little Miis?
The Miis, that's what they are.
Cute.
And we do have someone that we have to
Oh, I
kick
gotcha.
out.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
However, I cannot wait for this to come out, and they've actually bumped up the open date from 20, like I think they said mid summer of 2023 to early 2023 to open up Nintendo World. I am so excited for this. I want to be one of the first people on this ride. I've seen what they've done in Japan, and I am so excited. This looks so cool, and it's going to be like one of the first rides that actually has augmented reality attached to the ride. Okay, so what happens is when you're in the cart, it looks like everyone has to steer together when a certain turn comes. If you don't, your car will spin out.
Wait, what?
So
say that again.
So anytime there's a big turn, the screen will show everyone must turn right, and everyone has their steering wheel in front of them. And if you don't turn right, it goes. And then the other car next to you, because you go in.
Oh, then they
advance.
It is
a race. They advance. Then
you better pick the right people to go on. You know what? We're gonna go with friends
that actually are like competitive.
Yeah.
But the way that you shoot is that you have buttons on the steering wheel, and in order to shoot at something, you have to look at it and shoot, because it's the way that you're looking at things, and you have to look everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
And you have to collect a certain amount of coins in order to beat Bowser. And I'm like, this looks like a combination of the Transformers ride mixed with a little bit of Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, add in a little bit of augmented reality, and I'm like, this is like the next step of interactive arcade version rides at theme parks, and I'm just loving it. I cannot wait to go on this ride.
So Nick is losing his mind in the chat. Nick says, okay, seriously, since when did Universal Studios have a Nintendo World? So just for clarification, we don't have it yet. I mean, we have it, but it's not open to the public. It has been under construction for quite a while. However,
before the pandemic.
Yes. However, Universal Studios Japan have had theirs, and it did open during the pandemic, and it's essentially the same layout here. So the guests, when we walk in, you actually walk into a very large warp pipe, the green pipe that Mario and Luigi goes through, and then you are in Super Nintendo Land, which I kind of want to call Mario Land because it's really all just Mario for now. But they will maybe expand and add more, and also I think it's easier to call it Nintendo Land. Like, I don't feel like Nintendo, when they, got approved it to be at the park, they're gonna have it called Mario, because then it shrinks their IP and what they can advertise there and add on there. But if they make a Nintendo, then it's across the board, so many things. So it is coming. I think, let me check my email because I have the.
Oh, do you have the exact date? Because from what I've read,
in early 2023.
That's what I got too. But it's also going to be in tandem with the Super Mario Brothers movie that's coming out.
Oh, the Chris Pratt one?
Yes, the Chris Pratt one. And so when that movie comes out, they're going to open Universal Studios Nintendo World.
Amazing. So when you go into the ride, Dustin was talking about the augmented reality, the AR. So how do you do that? So all the guests, I think it's for a car, you get a little like visor goggle helmet thing. It looks like Mario's cap, and on it has like a little visor, and that allows you to utilize the AR in the game, and then you kind of go through the course of it. They're separate
though. So so when you're in line, they first give you the cap, and you go.
Oh yeah, it like fits in, has a little
fits in,
turn
and then
dial
when
in the
you
back.
get into the car, you pick up the screen, and it goes click. It goes click into the hat. If you guys want, there is an awesome breakdown. It's like a 20-minute video of the guy just going through the line, and the line queue
here
looks amazing. No, this is in Japan.
Oh, okay. I gotta email Universal. We gotta go to the opening.
Oh, I want to see this so bad.
I gotta email her.
But it looks awesome. The line queue looks like an entire experience in itself. Kind of like what Disneyland has been doing for quite a while with their line queues. So I love the fact that they're doing that for this ride and this attraction. There's a lot of explanation, kind of like how Nintendo does a lot of their video games for Super Mario Party, for
Mario Kart?
I don't know if they... No, for Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
You know, before the game starts, they actually tell you how to play. So I love it. I can't wait for it. I'm super excited. And plus, there's also all of the food and shopping that's there.
Yes.
And I'm really hoping that Nintendo World just does an amazing job to where they're like, hey, let's expand. And then what you do is you just get another green warp pipe, and it takes you from Super Mario World into Legend of Zelda World. And then you can have another warp pipe that goes to Metroid World.
That's what we would like to see.
I want to see Metroid. That would be so cool.
That's what we would like to see. Hey, real quick before we continue talking about Nintendo World, thank you so much to Ambrose Timo for your super chat, who says, always loving the reaction, guys. Love from New Zealand.
Thank you so much.
How are things in New Zealand? Gosh, I miss New Zealand. I was only there for 3 very short days, and it was essentially a work trip. But man, did I have the best time. The hospitality, how beautiful New Zealand is.
Fresh air.
The freshest air I have ever breathed.
You got to experience all 4 seasons all in 3 days.
Very windy in certain parts, very hot in certain parts, really cold. And I think we saw some snow. It wasn't falling, it was just still on the floor. Yeah, it was gorgeous. I had the best time. The food is delicious. The people are super nice. I can't wait to go back, and hopefully we can go together this time to New Zealand.
There's a couple places that we want to go really bad. Yeah. New Zealand is on the top of the list.
And I only went to is it called Queenstown? Queenstown? I think it's Queenstown.
You're the one who went.
I know, I'm trying to remember. It was 2018. Forgive me.
I think you remember. I remember you saying Queenstown.
Yeah, I think so too. It was such an experience. We went luging. We did the overshot thing, like where they partially the river that they filmed parts of the Lord of the Rings film on. They had these like jets.
Oh yeah.
That do the 360. We did that. That was so fun. Ambrose says, "Ah, nice. Yep, it's pretty cold now. Yeah." Their winter right now in our summer, which is like so weird to me. And then there was another thing that Nick said in the chat too. Nick says, so basically the Japanese are beating us Americans in terms of theme park attractions. That's what I'm getting from this report.
Well, they were the first ones to have that trackless ride for Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
They're innovative over there. If you go to like just Disneyland and Disney Sea over there in Tokyo, you're going to have your mind blown. They do it better.
Yes, they do.
Their merch is better. Their food is better. Their rides are better. Their castle's gorgeous.
Oh, the courtyard in front of the castle is gorgeous. I mean, it is just absolutely amazing. If you guys get a chance to visit Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, do it. Yes, it is amazing.
Do it.
Ambrose
also says Queenstown is great, our adventure capital of New Zealand. Oh, it was so fun. Oh yeah, that's where the jumpy
the jumpy cordy thingy, jumpy springy,
the bungee jumping thingy is. We also have another super chat from Amr Nail.
Amr,
hello.
How's it going?
Amr says, "Hey guys, it's been a while."
Been a while.
Have you guys reacted to the Avatar 2 trailer? If not, what do you think of it? I think it's going to be the movie of the year. I will say this. I have always been slightly iffy about 3D movies. And then we saw the trailer on the theater screen because we got invited to like a special, like just, trailer screening. And I was like, we got to do this in 3D. Like, it's not going to look the same on regular TV, or 2D screen because it's made. That's like what's one of the special things about the way they present this film. So we went, saw it in 3D, and I'm like, sold.
I have to admit,
pair of tickets.
Yeah, I have to truly admit, normally I am not a big fan of 3D, but the technology has made a huge jump. The glasses are a lot more comfortable, and it just now really makes it pop. And Avatar is so colorful, so vibrant, and it's in such a fantasy-like world to where I'm like, okay, once again, I'm sold. I want to see this in 3D. And plus, it's James Cameron. And James Cameron always takes the technology of movie making at the time, and he's like, okay, move into the future. Yes. I mean, he did that with the first Avatar. He did that with Terminator 2 Judgment Day, to where it just blew people's minds what he was able to do with the T-1000.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him bring in the next generation of movie making technology.
Yes. And speaking of a reaction to the trailer, we didn't do a reaction to it because we saw it inside a theater. Obviously, you can't film it, and because it was presented in 3D, like there's no way it would have looked good on screen, even if we were allowed to film it anyways. So we did a quick our initial thoughts on seeing the trailer / review. But if you want to see us kind of watching the trailer, we technically did a reaction to it in our Toshiba Fire TV review. There's a portion because we wanted to test out how things were going to look like on screen, and the Avatar trailer, had just come out, at the filming of that video. So I say go there and watch us react to that, and we also react to like portions of Moon Knight in that video. So if you want to see a reaction, it is in the Toshiba Fire TV review. The TV's great. One more thing before we go into Obi-Wan.
Sure.
So Ashley,
we do have one more other thing about Marvel.
Oh, yes, you're
right.
Then
we'll go into Obi-Wan because that will be the spoiler talk for today.
Yes. I just saw that Ashley is in a chat. Ashley Penhall is in the chat, who has been helping us with graphic design, who created the logo for the shirts. We kind of talked about the overall look we want, so I wanted to show Ashley. We haven't gotten the shirts in yet, but they're on their way. But our stickers did arrive.
Stickers!
Yay! So they look excellent, and they're in our shop, and the link is in the video description if you guys want to check that out. You can also get like phone cases, and
I think I'm going to put one.
Yeah,
on
me
my
too.
Water
I know.
bottle, because I take this with me everywhere.
I want to put it on this side of my liquid IV bottle. All right. Oh, Ash says, "Wow, they look amazing." But yes, I do feel like Avatar 2. I mean, we have to watch it first, but on a technical standpoint, I think it's going to be very much talked about.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes out. Okay. Oh, wait. There was another... I'm so sorry. I saw somebody in the chat.
In the chat. And yeah, I'm really hoping that the new Avatar movie is just going to not just blow our minds technologically wise, but also, and thank you
Shalom Jima for subscribing. You guys put some popcorn emojis in the chat to celebrate.
I think that I'm hoping that the storyline of Avatar is just going to be like leaps and bounds for like bringing us back into the world of Pandora.
Yes.
And also moving the storyline forward, because we also know that they're planning to do like 2 or 3 more after this. Crazy. So I'm hoping that it just is like this. It just opens up the world of Pandora.
Yes. Oh, okay. I remember, and this will help us segue into the next topic. So somebody earlier said, "Hey, are you guys going to cover Miss Marvel?" The answer is yes.
Yes.
We've seen the first 2 episodes twice. So we watched this. We got an advanced screening link, and so we watched it, and that's how we were able to film our reaction. But we obviously can't put that up because the show isn't out yet. So that will be coming soon, sometime next week when the show comes out. But Obi-Wan will take priority when it comes to editing, so Miss Marvel will come out a little bit later. But we went to the premiere as well, and we saw it again just the other day at the Alcap, and we got these like cool notebook that they gave us at the very end. Really, really think, and this pen writes very, very well for all of my note taking. Hey, thank you so much for Aiden, to Aiden Rivera for subscribing. Welcome to the Movie Gun Bunch. You guys throw some popcorn emojis in the chat for Aiden. And
more popcorn.
Yes. Ko says the sound is very quiet. Are we quiet? I have it turned like way up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have it turned way up.
Well, we can turn it up just a little bit.
Well, you guys let us know.
Oh yeah. Put it down in the chat.
I don't want to turn it up and then they're like, my ears.
Yeah, we don't want anyone to accidentally like knock out their headphones.
No, Debbie says you're good.
You're good.
All right.
Okay.
Multiple people sounds good. It says sounds good, so we're gonna leave it because I don't want to blow people's eardrums off. Okay. So yes, we are covering Miss Marvel. The first 2 episodes, we can't really do a full review because it's still embargoed, but our reaction to it, look, we expected this. Kamala Khan is a very young character. She's in high school. She's a teenager. It's more than just like her and how she comes into her superpower. It's also her, as most kids do in high school, how they navigate through high school and the pressure of like from the parents to do well and finding yourself and wanting to explore your your independence because you're growing up and
your individuality
and bullying in school a little bit and how to fit in and this and that. So it's like it's a lot together.
It's also dealing a lot with her community and
the culture.
The culture, and I love that. I love that they have this kind of representation in there, and it shows us pretty much an entire different look on the superhero genre.
Yes.
But yes, it is very much for a younger audience, but it's still cute, it's still fun, but it's not your stereotypical Marvel property kind of storyline to where it's like it's the end of the world and our superheroes have to join together.
At least not the first 2 episodes, because remember you gotta introduce her to the audience who may be meeting her for the first time ever. To those who haven't read the comics, you also have to. My God, you just won't give up. No one's gonna click on your link, bro. You guys go ahead and report the bot if you were able to. I'm gonna put them in timeout.
You get a timeout.
You get a timeout like you're a child.
And report.
Okay, so with that said, we know that from the trailer she's excited about an Avengers Con. Avenger Con. So
such dorks.
Debbie went ahead and put this, I think, in our Discord a little earlier. Dustin found it. So according to comicbook.com, it is possible that it could be
coming.
It could be a real thing.
When they were actually filming, because at the time they were filming Spider-Man No Way Home and they were filming Miss Marvel at the same time. And they were actually filming pretty close to each other. And the one scene with the 3 Spider-Men, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland would constantly come over to the set of Miss Marvel to be able to look at the Avenger Con set. And they're like, this is a great idea. And everyone was talking about, hey, this is something that we really should do. At the time, no one was able to actually go to any kind of con event because this was being filmed during the pandemic. But if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the article, it does mention that the person who actually put together Avenger Con in the show has actually already started to write not a proposition, but what is that when you
a proposal?
A proposal, thank you. A proposal to actually do this. And even Kevin Feige's like, this is a good idea.
If they build it, we will come.
Exactly. I mean, what is it? Star Wars has Star Wars Celebration. DC has DC Fandom. Disney has...
Netflix has Troom, and what are they doing right now? The Netflix Geeked. That's happening. That's coming soon. So,
And any time at San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel showed up. They were the ones who pretty much dominated the news of what's coming out in Marvel. So doing an Avengers Con, or it could actually be kind of named Marvel Con.
Yeah.
Because it would be everything Marvel. I think would be an amazing idea. And it's kind of what is the sad part of this though is that some of the other cons that do rely on these big Marvel properties,
Marvel DC properties,
Marvel DC, Disney, Star Wars, they're all kind of like, oh, you know what, why don't we just have our own con? Hey, you know what, we don't really need to go to Comic-Con because we have our own con. That's one thing that I am a little afraid of, is that was start to see the wider cons that kind of feature everything to kind of slowly be phased out. And I don't want that. I love going to Comic-Con. I love the excitement and the camaraderie of Comic-Con. And if there are these other Avengers Con, Star Wars Celebration, D23 that are coming out, I think there would still be a market for Comic-Con. And actually, it might be good because then you get fewer people and it's not as constantly like walking through the halls of Comic-Con. It's not so insanely crowded. But I would actually go to an Avengers Con.
I would go to we bought you a ticket for Star Wars Celebration.
Yep.
We if DC Fandom was like a tangible real life thing, we would definitely be trying to go. D23 coming up later this year. We definitely want to go to that. If they built it, we will go. And I wonder if how do they separate that from D23? D23, which celebrates all things under the Disney umbrella, which could be Marvel, Pixar, Disney Animation, Disney Live Action, Star Wars, and etc. So, like, how do you do... But why not? Why not?
Well, I think what you would have is D23 focuses on, like, Pixar and Disney movies and animation. Then you have a Marvel Con or Avengers Con focusing on just everything Marvel. And then you have Star Wars Celebration, which is focusing everything Star Wars.
Yes.
So I think that's really the way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm hoping that this actually does happen. And then we'll be there for the very first Avengers Con.
Yes.
There will never be a first Avengers Con.
If it's there. And I want them to do it like the entrance where, I don't want to say from the show. Never mind. I was going to go into the whole thing, but the show has an area, so I won't. But if they can make it look like how they depict it in the show, at least for just like the aesthetic of it in the front part, and then as you go in, there's obviously way more things to see and do. But yeah. Okay. So with that, we're excited for... Hopefully we can go and experience Super Nintendo World when it opens in early 2023. If they do an Avenger Con, we definitely want to line up and get tickets or however into that. And with that, let's go ahead and talk about the show that everybody's talking about. In a galaxy
Obi-Wan
far,
Kenobi.
far away.
Hello there.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. So with that said, you guys, we are getting into some spoiler territory. So if you haven't watched the latest episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, this next portion of our live stream may not be the best place for you, just in case, spoilers.
Spoilers. There, we've said it many, many times.
We've said it. We've given you some time to exit. That's why we put news and stuff like that up top, so you can have time to like hang out with the movie bunch and with us and chit chat a little bit before we get into it. I also want to show off my shirt that I got from Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, that is so cool.
It's Ahsoka, my girl.
I am so jealous.
Ahsoka Tano from episode 7 of
the Clone Wars.
And it says
Star Wars
Anaheim 2022 Star Wars Celebration. Nothing on the back. And then I found this little dude. She was just sitting there, literally upside down, like face down like this, inside like a plastic, those like plastic bag that new plushies come in, like in a corner, just by herself.
And you're like, yoink!
And I was like, hey, that looks like an Ahsoka. I picked it up. I'm like, oh, you're coming home with me.
You know what that probably means? It probably means that they were all sold out, except for someone who was like, you know what, I'm not going to... And they put it somewhere where it didn't belong. Yeah, because
these shirts were expensive.
Everything
was expensive. So... People were like, oh, I've bought enough. The bag, I don't know where it is. They were charging $10 for this.
Oh, yeah. If you buy something, you got this bag for free. Or you can spend $10 for it. A part of me is kind of like, well, just get something for $10 and then you'll get the bag for free.
I also want to remind people that when you checked in for your badge...
Yeah, when you first got your badge and you did all of the, showing proof of vaccination and stuff, they gave you a bag.
And it's a reusable... I mean, they're both reusable, but this is like a fold-up, reusable one that says Star Wars Celebration on it with, like, Disney Plus on the other side. Why do you want to spend $10 on this? Why? I mean, I'm keeping this because they gave... I actually asked them because she was putting my merch in this, and I was like, is that bag free? She's like, yeah, it comes with your purchase. I was like, okay, because I heard they were charging $10 for it. She's like, well, you bought stuff, so you don't have to...
You bought it, so you get it for free.
So, yeah, apparently... Yeah, Ronin Unchained. Those shirts were like $32, but I got a discount. I got the VIP discount.
Yeah.
Chris Mendez says they didn't give me one. Oh no, Chris!
Oh, what a crock! I can't believe that you got gypped out of that.
No, Chris bought stuff. Like he bought stuff. How dare they? You should ask for a $10 discount.
We should start just writing, going, we want our bag. We want our bag.
All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 3. So obviously, fresh off episode 1 and 2, Obi-Wan is still trying to return Leia to Alderaan. But in this one, super exciting because we got to see not just a little bit of Vader. I would say quite a lot.
He was in there a pretty big chunk. And you got to see just not him in his suit, but him putting the suit on. The remnants of what is left of
Ronan
Anakin
also
Scott.
didn't get one of those bags.
Oh, that sucks.
What?
You know what? It might have been too. They might have also run out.
I went on the last day.
Oh. Maybe they ran out for that day?
It's possible. Because Tessa, my friend Tessa from Mama's Geeky, went the day before. And there were shirts, like the Vader shirt that I bought you, she didn't see at all.
Oh.
She's like, well, I would have bought that one. I went on the last day at like 2 p.m. and they had some stuff.
They probably needed to restock.
So, that's just, I guess you have to visit
timing.
over and over. Yeah. I also wonder if, like, the cashier, so Warren and I were talking to the cashier because he wore his twice shirt, and she's a once. So she's like, did you go to the concert? So we're like, blah, 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 K-pop.
K-pop besties.
Maybe that's why we got bags. I don't know. In any case, yes,
yeah,
Obi-Wan. I'm sorry.
But yeah, honestly, the way that this episode started, and of course you see Obi-Wan sitting there, and at first we were like, what is he doing? We can't take you anywhere, hon. We are a classy bunch. Wendy forgot how to drink. And that wasn't just a little bit. It's okay. I will talk a little bit about Obi-Wan if you want to go get...
What did I do?
You just completely missed your mouth on that. It's the hole in the lip, right?
Oh my god.
But yeah.
I'm okay.
You good? You all right? We're fine. We're all fine.
We're not. I got water all over me.
That is why I have my sippy straw.
All right, forget it. I'm gonna.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, since we are live, yeah, that cannot be edited out. The entire world will see that.
This is why I use straws. Late to the party's here. Wendy has a drinking problem. I don't know how to drink water, guys. I don't know how to drink water. Liquid IV can't help me there.
Nope. They can only rehydrate you if you can actually get it into your mouth. But what happens is that we have Obi-Wan there sitting and meditating, and for the second time in this series, we hear him trying to meditate and contact Qui-Gon
I'm gonna fix something real quick so you talk. Sorry.
And I'm excited because I am really, really hoping that they bring in Qui-Gon Jinn into this series, and somehow Obi-Wan is able to contact him, have a talk with him, and either we see or hear names.
Liam Neeson.
Thank you, Liam Neeson.
Qui-Gon.
Get to see Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn. So I'm excited for that, and I want that to actually happen, to where he's able to maybe help Obi-Wan move on, to be able to connect again with the Force a little bit more substantially, because between episode 2 and episode 3, we've really seen just how long it's really been for Obi-Wan not connecting with the Force. It's very hard for him to focus. It's very hard for him to use the Force. And I just really like that aspect, since he's talking to Leia and he's saying like, well, she's like, well, what is the Force? What is it like? She goes like, well, are you ever been afraid of the dark? And when you turn on the light, you know that feeling you get, that safety. That's what the Force is. That's kind of what Obi-Wan has been dealing with these past 10 years. Since he's been disconnected from the Force, he hasn't had that feeling of safety and security. So that's where a lot of his doubt is coming from. That's where a lot of his I don't want to say self-pity, but that does really kind of qualify of what it is. He has these feelings of, I'm a failure. It's because of my failure that the entire Jedi Order has been destroyed. It is all my fault. So he doesn't have the guidance of the Force to kind of pull him out of that. And of course, since he doesn't trust anyone, we saw that when he was trying to hitch a ride with I can't remember that mole creature's name, but the fact that Leia's
Zach Braff?
Hey, yeah, exactly. But the fact that Obi-Wan is, of course, like, no, we can't trust anyone. We can't, no, what are you doing, Leia? And Leia's like, no, they can help us. Of course, Obi-Wan was right.
She's also a child, and she wants to, she's a little bit more naive, and she wants to see the good in people. She's not quite there yet where she's, like, always suspicious and insight checking everybody.
Insight check.
So, yeah. I really enjoyed the episode. I think It's also great to see Indira, I think, the Sand Snake Viper.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones. Also, Lady, what's her name from Vox Machina?
From Vox. Huh?
Who does she voice in Vox Machina? The one that helps Vox.
Oh!
It's the same person.
Wait, who is what? I can't remember. My apologies. I'm often. I was trying to read some of the.
All right, don't worry about it. It's apparently not important. Sorry, I was trying to fix our link to the store. I dropped it in the chat. It should work now. In any case, Freck was the transport driver's name.
Oh, and something that was pointed out to me when I was watching the new Rockstars video on Easter eggs for Obi-Wan episode 3 is that if you look at that Imperial logo on the back of his vehicle, that's hand painted.
Allura,
which means
Lady Allura.
Lady Allura. Oh,
She voiced Lady Allura in Vox Machina. Thank you to Rob.
It shows that
and MK.
Freck is kind of an Imperial enthusiast. The fact that it wasn't the fact that he was given a Imperial flag to put up on the back of his vehicle. No. He took the time and effort to paint one and put one up himself.
But I thought we saw some of the other flags that also looked a little bit like homemade.
Possibly, and it could be that this planet has a lot of support for the Empire, but Freck, it shows, is one of those. And even the way that he was, when he got off of the his vehicle, and he was like, yeah, I got some wanderers, maybe you should check them out. And that whole scene where Obi-Wan just busts out his blaster, and you can tell that he's gotten a little bit better with his shooting since his last fight. He was able to pluck off all 3 of those, the droid and the 2 stormtroopers, before they're able to pull their blast. I mean, they had their blasters actually out and pointed at him.
Yeah. But, you know, stormtroopers can't shoot.
Yeah, true.
To save their lives. I will say, one of the scenes that surprised me is when they were having their blaster battle, Obi-Wan took a shot at one of the troopers that was kind of up in the higher area, and as he fell, 1, you heard the Wilhelm scream, and 2, he fell into, like, the laser gate, and it just, like, halved him. Like, it Darth Mauled him. And I just was not expecting that at all. I was like, oh my gosh.
I have to admit, yeah, it was quite intense. Even though I do remember, I think someone posted in our comments that we should actually be used to this by now, because Darth Maul got cut in half in The Mandalorian. That one guy that got pulled through got cut in half.
That's a Star Wars thing.
Yeah, getting cut in half.
Getting bisected.
And getting your limbs chopped off is kind of a thing in Star Wars. But seeing it done, like, right there in front of you, I was like, oh... was kind of brutal.
You know, I think one of my favorite conversations, and I can't remember if you touched on this because I was so focused on fixing that link for our merch store, which I will try to fix again because I think it's working for some people, but it's not working for some people.
Weird.
Such as the internet. But he had that conversation with Leia where, you know, they were trying to hide their identities and saying they're farmers from Tal.
I love that moment.
And, you know, calling her Luma, but he slipped and it said Leia, and then the stormtrooper, one of the sharper ones, picked it up and was like, you said her name was Luma, but you just called her Leia. Tell the truth. And they kind of go into this, like, I'm sorry, I get confused. Leia was her mother's name. And then that was so truthful that when I see you, I can see her face. And I love that exchange. And then we left this part out of our reaction just because we didn't have a big reaction to when he said this. So I just decided to omit it. But it's important, I feel like, to talk about on the live stream, is that Obi-Wan potentially could have had a brother.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He talked about that when he was taken away at a young age to start training. He's like, I think I had a brother. I'm like, oh, wait, what? I don't think we're going to see more from that.
Maybe.
But we could.
You never know.
We could.
And what's interesting is when you really think about it, he said that he was taken away when he was 6 months old.
What?
I think even maybe a little bit older. So that means, though, that it would have had to have been an older brother. That he had.
Must have been an older brother.
But the fact that also, what is with all these people, like, remembering things when they were like 6 months old, because even in, what is it called? I think Return of the Jedi, Leia goes, she remembers her mother, very sad, but I guess that's something that was kind of retconned. But yeah, Padme died when Leia was a baby.
This is true. And an interesting comment here by Old Mom J, who says, will Vader try to use brother to get at Obi-Wan? I mean, if he's able to, he wasn't there for that conversation. He wasn't there for that conversation, but it is also Lord Vader. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Vader. He is supposed to be brutal. So we will see.
I like that. Force memory is amazing. The Force works in mysterious ways. Yes. And that's honestly what it does kind of come down to in a lot of things, is the fact that you can kind of find a way to make it work. When anytime it kind of goes, well, what about this? How come this happened? You can kind of find a way to kind of retcon it and connect it together and make it work. Yeah. And that's kind of what a lot of like things from the things that are different. And when you make movies in between the things where they're like disconnect, you can be like, okay, we need to kind of put little breadcrumbs trail to make it connect and kind of make it work, because it's only true from a certain point of view.
Yeah. Man, it was really great to see, Obi-Wan and Leia on the run, finding someone who has defected from the Empire and was like, I'm going to help you guys out with this tunnel system and get you guys to safety. But of course, Vader is like hot on their trail, like, I'm coming for you. And it wasn't quite as like epic as the Rogue One scene, but I would say it was still pretty brutal, where he just went in and used the Force to just didn't have any sort of empathy. It's just zero, and was just killing left and right and left and right using the Force.
I will draw you out.
Oh my gosh. So it's I definitely think we're gonna see more of that, and we got to see the very first sort of standoff between the two.
Yeah, I really thought there would only be like one standoff in this entire series, but the way that they're building it up really makes it like this is just maybe like first of a couple to where Obi-Wan and Vader do kind of face off, and I have to admit it was pretty brutal. I wish the fight itself would have been maybe a little bit different.
Yes.
But there are still many things that I do like. One, that Darth Vader did just beat down Obi-Wan. The fact that he's just like treating him like he's pretty much going around just going smack.
Well, we gotta think about it from the point of view of and a lot of you guys have said this, not in the chat but in the comment section of our video. And I think sometimes, well, me personally, I don't want to speak for you, but like me, I forget that I think Obi-Wan and I just go, General Kenobi, Jedi.
Yes.
And we forget, or I forgot, in a sense, like, it's been 10 years. He's kind of shut himself off from the Force. Purposely
he shunned it.
Buried his lightsaber and Anakin's lightsaber so deep in the desert, made a point to just live his, mundane life, cutting at the fake whale meat. Just the same thing every day, that he naturally would be a little bit rusty. And the fact that he's flexing that muscle, reusing it again, now that he's connecting with Leia and trying to get her back to Alderaan. So the match isn't going to be some like, duel of fate do thing. Will we get that later on?
Yeah.
Potentially. But I don't know. So I do want to kind of like recognize that, because I think I got so excited at just Obi-Wan lightsaber Jedi that I didn't really go back and go, well, hold on a second, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So, but I think we will see another face-to-face between the two. I wonder if they'll put Obi-Wan into a Bacta tank, because Anakin straight up dragged him through the fire. Not Anakin, but Vader.
Honestly, I thought that was so poetic and so just brutal. And I thought that part of the interaction was amazing. And you're just like, that's
the slow drag too. Woo.
And then you hear Obi-Wan screaming, very reminiscent of the way Anakin screamed.
I hate you. Just that guttural.
Yeah. And
the pain.
But I do think that I don't think Vader would have let Obi-Wan go. I think Vader would have wanted to keep Obi-Wan and just torture him for as long as he possibly could, being like, you're going to see me wipe out every last Jedi, and you are going to be the last one. As soon as I've killed every last Jedi out there, I will kill you. That is when not until I allow you to die. Then I will allow you to die.
Going to the chat really quickly, Stephen Brown says Obi-Wan is going to be a wreck mentally next episode. I think
that is very true.
I think so too. Ashley Penhall says Vader doesn't want to kill Obi-Wan quick.
No, definitely not.
I think he's cat and mousing him.
That is a very possibility that he's kind of, what is that called? Pulling the Peter Pan from Hook, where Hook is like, this is not the Peter Pan that I wanted. I want one that can actually fight me. And he could be like going, all right, Obi-Wan, go, run,
yes,
train, become better so you can face me. And he's just, toying with him. Yeah. So, but there's different choices. There's millions of different paths that they could have taken and they got. And I think that this was something that I kind of agree with. There are moments that I'm like, yes, that is exactly how I pictured it in my mind's eye. And some things that I'm like, would he have done that though? But then again, once again, these are make-believe characters that we are so attached to that we have. I don't remember a time not knowing Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever watching the very first time I watched Star Wars because it was shown to me so young. So these characters are really a part of who I am.
Yeah.
So seeing them, it's always going to be hypercritical.
And I think I do want to say, while we were, obviously craving that big flourish lightsaber battle, I kind of liked how they kept it so simple because it's very consistent with how you said this, how the fight was choreographed in A New Hope.
Yes.
It was very fencing based, simple, but short and quick to the point, just like fencing. Because it's like, if you ever watch a fencing match, like Olympic fencing, it's pretty quick. It's like, done, point. So I am looking forward to how they do the next episode because we know that Vader let him go for the time being. So Obi-Wan, obviously injured, has to recover. And Leia is captured by Reva.
Yep.
So how are they going to get her back? So this is shifting in a way where I expected to see young Leia. I feel like, could be wrong here, feel like the rest of the episodes it's going to be a lot of Obi-Wan and Leia.
Yeah, I really feel like Leia's going to be a much bigger part of this show
than I expected.
Than I really expected.
Yeah.
And we're actually probably not going to see very much of Luke.
No, but we get him for 3 movies, so.
Yeah, true.
I guess it's all right.
I really thought it was going to focus more on Luke because
I thought so too.
A little bit of a relationship. It really does show in A New Hope where he's like, I wonder if he's talking about old Ben Kenobi, beyond the Dune Sea. And it seems like he's actually met him, talked to him a few times.
Which is still possible.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still totally possible. So I wonder about that, because he's got to recover and then he's got to get Leia. So then where's Leia going? Because then is Vader meeting young Leia? And is he gonna realize?
Oh yeah.
Because that I don't think they're gonna do that.
Rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
But I don't know. So I am enjoying Obi-Wan so far. There's little things that we can nitpick at, like like any show that you watch. There's little things here and there, but I think the best part is seeing Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, seeing Hayden Christensen back into the fandom as Vader. I think that's really,
we also
really
saw
cool.
that one moment of him in his Jedi robe,
yeah.
far off.
Oh my God,
distance.
the hallucination
that Obi-Wan had, seeing Hayden Christensen in that, and also from what I hear, so they took James Earl Jones's voice, and then what they did was they still had Hayden Christensen's voice doing the same lines when they were filming the show, and what they did is they added just a little bit of Hayden Christensen's lines in with in with James Earl Jones's, so you get a little bit of a hint of Hayden Christensen in those lines. The same way that they did in Rebels, where they had James Earl Jones's voice, but they also added in, who's the voice actor for Anakin?
Matt Lantern.
They added a little bit of Matt Lantern's voice into it to give it that Clone Wars feel. So I'm really excited that they did that. It adds just a little bit more depth to it.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. That's all I gotta say. It's been really fun watching all of it. So I literally have no idea like where we're gonna go or get to see for the next episode. But I would assume more Vader, definitely more Reva, Leia, and of course Obi-Wan. Because they got to get her back to... We know she goes back to Alderaan.
Yeah.
We know that for a fact because those movies exist. So how do we get there? Debbie has an interesting comment here. Debbie says, Leia and Obi-Wan's relationship will give so much to why Leia asks for his help in A New Hope and why she named him Ben. Ben. And then she also says...
What were you saying? No, she says, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. So she actually knows that he is Obi-Wan Kenobi. So then that would make sense that she knows that he's a Jedi, and she knows that fought with her father in the Clone Wars, and that he can help.
She just kept it real vague during that, that secret message. Debbie also says a lot of these Vader/Obi-Wan will give so much context to the conversation in A New Hope before Vader kills Obi-Wan. I feel like after this series, I would like to go back and rewatch A New Hope.
Yeah,
I know I've watched the movie so many times, but just like, why not? So yeah.
Watch the whole series of Obi-Wan, then watch Rogue One, then watch A New Hope.
Yes.
Soon we can do that. I mean, to where there's connecting threads.
Watch Endor, season 1. Well, we have to wait for season 2 for it to walk us into Rogue One, but I'm very excited about that. And then Luis Diego says, I'm just worried that with only 3 episodes left, the story may feel a little bit forced. That's my only concern, especially if they want to make a real rematch between Obi-Wan and Vader. So here's an interesting thing. Somebody picked this up, and I can't remember who sent it to me, or mentioned me in a tweet or something like that. Thank you if it was you. But Ewan McGregor was very excited talking about, obviously, being Obi-Wan again and working on the series. He goes, I can't wait for the fans to see episode 4 and 5 and 6 and then 9 and 10 and then 7 and 8, 9 and 10. And people are like, did he just get excited and he's naming all this off, or are they going to like kind of pull a wool over our eyes and then at the end of episode 6 and be like, come back for 3 more episodes?
Maybe. It's very possible that they've kind of... Disney does do a lot of these secrets. They're actually able to keep...
They're really good at it.
...of their secrets pretty well hidden. There's not very many, super leaks that happen, for different... for their properties.
Yes.
So I'm excited. Who knows? Maybe we actually do end up getting 8 episodes. 8 or 9 episodes.
That'd be really, really great.
Because 6 is actually kind of small when you think about it.
It's very short unless they were expecting to do a season 2, so we can have like a 12 episode total, which I would be fine with as well. But we will see. My pants are still wet. Yes. Is there anything else you want to talk about for Obi-Wan?
The Jedi Code did mention that there is rumors of a season 2. So if they happen to do season 1, 6 episodes, leave us on a huge cliffhanger, and then do season 2, 6 episodes, that's really a 12-episode story arc, and then have it to be... Because I also would love to see a connection between Rebels Obi-Wan, that we see him fight Darth Maul.
Oh my
I would love to see that moment, or at least up to that moment, to where he starts sensing the force of Ezra.
Yeah.
To where he's now more connected to the Force. He's more... he's getting some of his Jedi skills back. Because, he pretty much pwns Darth Maul in that fight. He doesn't fool around. He's able to strategize and play Darth Maul and be able to get Darth Maul to do exactly what he wants, so he can just go 3 hits and out.
Yes.
If you guys have ever seen that fight, that scene from Rebels with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, it is awesome. Go and look it up on YouTube. It is an amazing, amazing, amazing episode.
So I'm just gonna read the headline because MK said to don't read too much into the article because it gives spoilers for the show. And we're treating this as a rumor as it has not been confirmed by some of the outlets such as
Lucasfilm.
Disney or Lucasfilm, but outlets such as like The Wrap, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, and etc. But according to MakingStarWars.net, their headline is exclusive. Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 is moving forward, plus the fate of Reva revised. So that's the part I don't want to read about. I don't want to know what happens to her. I want to find out organically through the show.
Yes.
But it sounds like potentially Season 2 could be truly a thing. So I'm gonna look at maybe I think Deadline would have picked this up immediately. Hollywood Reporter maybe.
Oh yeah, because honestly, if that's
true,
pretty big news.
If it's true, they will have put it on their website. So I'm gonna take a look real quick
And seeing if anyone's actually any of the big wigs when it comes to movie news.
Big Four.
Yeah, and seeing if they have actually dropped anything.
I don't think so.
No. Well, so right now we're just gonna have to treat it as rumor.
Yes.
And hopefully we get a season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that would be awesome. Of course. Anytime you get more Star Wars, yay!
Yes, absolutely. So you guys let us know in the comment section, once you're watching this on the VOD, what you are liking about the show. What are you hoping to see in the next episode? Also, the Leia companion droid, I guess is what you want to call it maybe, the little Lola.
Lola.
It's so cute. Hasbro has, the pre-order already went on sale, and like it was very hard to like not get it because it's $80 something. It's very expensive. But the one that's super interactive, where you touch it and it comes awake and the little wing flaps, and it's in different modes if you put it on different stands, or you can hold it in your hand. It's the cute. I have videos of it. I'll have to show you. It's so cute. I really want it, but I didn't want to drop the $80. I mean, these shirts are $30, so that's, if I didn't buy the shirts, maybe I can make a case for getting that one thing. But I wanted the shirts because I would actually use the shirts more than I would Lola, I think, even though it'd be the cutest thing to have. So, we will be back next Saturday to talk episode 4 of Obi-Wan, as well as episode 1 of Miss Marvel. Yeah, got a lot of content coming, very exciting. We also have Stranger Things season 4, episode 1 reaction coming soon. It has not been edited yet, so just give me some time to edit that, but it will be coming soon.
There's so much material coming out right now.
Yeah.
Between Obi-Wan, between Stranger Things, between Miss Marvel, between there was something else that we wanted to do that we just haven't gotten around to yet.
What?
But that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember. There was another show. Arcane.
We haven't done that yet. There's some stuff that I think we have to do live watch-alongs. I can't sit here and edit everything. And I also took a freelance job that happens at the end of this month. So there's going to be a little bit of a schedule shift. So we'll try as hard as possible to keep the content coming regularly. Maybe not every day, but couple videos a week. With that, anything else you want to add?
Nope. I'm excited to see more episodes of Obi-Wan. I'm excited to see more episodes of Miss Marvel. So I can't wait to come back on here next Saturday and chit-chat with you guys a little bit more.
Yes. And with that, you guys, that is it for us for today's live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we have Pinocchio teaser trailer reaction up on the channel. We met Fennec and Kylo Ren, even though Kylo Ren's been at Galaxy's Edge forever, but I've never had the interaction with him that I ever had. He was in my face.
Uh-huh.
He was this close.
It was because you had the Imperial logo on.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
But the stormtrooper tried to throw me under the table, under the bus. He was like, "This one looks red." I was like, "You get out of here, you." In any case, did I get a promotion? I did not get a promotion, so I think I'm going to freelance and maybe do some jobs for the daimyo Fett, because I had a much more pleasant exchange with Fennec Shand than I did with Kylo Ren and his stormtrooper. All right, guys, we love you so much. Stay healthy. I just saw an article. I think MK posted this into our Discord. it looks like they're playing with that mask mandate again. It could be coming back. It never really went away for us personally. No. So, and we say this because a lot of people are testing positive from Star Wars Celebration. Because
a lot of our friends.
It was not really a lot of mask wearing. I mean, there were some, but it was not really heavily enforced. Yeah. So, if you went, make sure you are checking yourself. Take your temperature, drink lots of water, vitamins, get tested if you're able to. And that is it. We love you so much, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!
Ba 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 ba.